I didn't expect to be doing this year. Our Sparkle jump up on somebody's lap.
She jumps up on my.
See, you're. Oh, alright. Your video already started, but I can edit your video. It's easy.
See, now I don't want to talk.
Don't be scared.
Why you paused?
You can't talk.
Mute. Hold on.
Did you see these?
I don't want Mother to be here when we start. I gotta wait for you to leave.
I
I don't want you to be here.
Nervous?
Yes.
Why?
He'll be like,
That's my mother.
he'll be like, when I was looking for my shorts one morning, ew.
At least the video I can edit, so I'm fine with that.
The host is so dreamy.
I not feel like calling you pendejo.
This is the behind the scenes version. That's what we're doing right now.
The outtakes, the outer rim job.
Wait, what's this?
How do you watch this? Don't you start. Don't you ever
I'm so not nervous.
That's it? Wait, that's all?
This episode is gonna be like
Look at
so
the camera, look how tiny he
horrible.
looks.
What do you do with that?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
It's not even one that gets fat when it gets hot.
Listen, just worried about getting big right now. That's all we gotta worry about.
Worried about reaching
But
the
you're
back
poking
wall.
me in the head.
We're trying to test your head game, apparently. Bruh, if you make me
Mother, get out!
if you make me deaf in this ear, we're gonna have a problem.
I both I want.
That other the guy in the
Yeah.
beast
I want
shirt.
my head.
Hashtag beast. He's not cute.
Whoa! Listen, like I said, look, even RoboCop had a limit to how far his pistol went.
Here, take that. Oh yeah. Connect from Connecticut. Oh.
Oh, I'm about to rip your nuts off.
Mother, get out!
This unedited version is gonna be really bad. What the hell is that? A multicolored dildo?
Rebecca.
Your phone is lit.
Stop.
Make up my yeah. I wonder what
Mother,
face that's
come on,
gonna
Mother.
go on.
Why?
You have to go to the
You have to
room.
see this. You ser-
She just wants
If
to
you
sit
could
here
only
and watch
see
the whole
this,
thing.
if she
That's what
posts
it
this
is.
on Facebook,
I'm
you'll
not
be
even paying
happy.
you no
Trust
mind.
me.
I don't care right now.
Maybe not. I
Mother,
don't know.
go over there,
Guys,
please.
it's makeup. You can't see anything.
Bullshit. My eyes are back here.
All right, Mother, go. Come on. You need help taking out over there? Because the hand hurts? Come on, Mother.
Shut up. Hold on.
Yeah, don't sit too close to your sister, man.
That's incest.
I have no choice.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Alright, we gotta go. They don't
This is the first time I'm happy that we're not blood
You want us
family.
to hear?
They don't want us to
In my fucking house? You want me to hear? Tell you what, take your fucking asses to the
You do
hole.
it like
Say
now
that
you're
to
on
that.
video.
You're on video right now. This is the
I was
unedited
gonna say something.
version.
Look at my daughter's dick. And I was gonna put something on video.
So, let's not and say we did.
Mm.
When
I
Dad
ain't
speaks,
no man.
everyone listens.
Come on, eggs.
Yeah.
They
I
don't want
Put my
to-
fucking dinner on
I
so I
can
don't
get
put
drunk
my
quicker.
That sounds like a
That's
good
not a
plan.
suggestion either.
Where's that Cuervo? Oh no.
Oh shit, we got all like
Oh,
black,
yeah.
gray, white.
Cuervo.
We're seeing like darkness.
We are like.
Rich.
Hey.
You're neutral.
Shit,
I'm
we
such a
we
lady.
throw back TV right now when you sit down.
I can
And
do
who
it,
else
by
had to
the
go?
way.
So they could blend everything.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how you used
Yeah.
to be?
That shit is cray cray. Come on, get in the picture,
Stop.
bro.
Who's that?
No, that looks like you're just dropping your ball sack. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
He's teabagging the thing.
yeah, yeah.
Has Sparkle stood up right now?
Oh man.
Once it starts, I cannot stop it.
Well, first, before you start, what's the topic of conversation? So that way.
That I know already. It's the everything before that.
Your computer's running low. 12%
Plug it,
battery.
plug it.
Charger.
Get to the charger. Don't step on my presence.
Oh boy, I'm getting so fucking nervous.
You hear this, right?
I gotta practice during the week. That's
He
what
did a solo version of this
Why are you
himself
so
as a
nervous?
pilot. Meanwhile, he's like,
I've been there, done that.
I'm still nervous. I have 3 seconds.
I wonder what your bar. You know, you winged it at the Barclays with no problem.
Cause there's nobody really watching me except you. That's it.
How about all the people who commented you was live?
Oh, that's different.
Guess what? Just so you know, whoever's gonna comment and watch are not in the room, so you won't have to feel like watching me.
Just pretend we're just talking. Pay attention to the camera.
So we're gonna do something else besides talk? What do
I'm
you
so
want to
used
do?
to talking to just one person at
Can't set me up, man. I had one drink. That's all.
Ah!
I suck a candy cane right now if I was gonna prove anything. Oh, pretty girl. See, look, now Sparkle got it. Now she ready.
I
Come.
like that.
Too bad. About to start. Are you taking a picture, Rebecca?
No,
Oh.
I've been looking at something. Because I don't need a picture of your ass. Directly.
It used to be a little fuller. Did you lose weight?
I definitely did today going to Yonkers.
I was about to say because I'm starting to see like pockets, not like firmness.
Guess what, Al?
What?
And we're live.
Tell me that's not cool.
That is cool.
I like that.
Why is it trying
That's
to
actually pretty
connect?
awesome. That's actually pretty awesome.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
that
guess
is-
what? We're live now.
Oh,
Awesome.
snap.
So break us in, formal host.
What's up, my peoples? This is your boy Showtime from Showtime Talks. Just letting you know this today's episode number 2. We got our special guests. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. First to my right, we have
Becky.
And Alex.
Becky and Alex. So just want to let y'all know what the topic is. We're gonna vibe. We're gonna talk. We're gonna hit y'all off with what we think, about the topic. We're gonna go from there. Y'all feel free to make any suggestions, comments. Let us know about your past experiences, because that's how this show works. Today's topic is about age differences in either dating or relationships. And my special guests today both have experiences with the subject at hand. So, Bex, let us know what you think about. Well, first of all, if you have any experience,
Uh-huh.
what's your experience with dating older men, younger men? What do you think about it in general?
To me, I honestly don't think that age really means anything. It's like they say, it's just a number. Because I've dated guys who are 5 to 6 years older than me, and they still act and think as if they're 15. So I really don't think that it really matters. I think it's just how the way the two people vibe off of each other.
Al?
I have to agree. I mean, the way I think about it is, I've dated a woman semi-years older than me, and she was very mature. She didn't know what she wanted out of life. So I dated a couple of years younger than me, and they had their mind right. Their head was on straight. They're just a little shy, hard to open up. So I guess with age, you come more freedom in terms of being opening up. But in terms of youth, it's more, I kind of know where I want to go. I'm just afraid how am I going to get there.
I mean, you guys bring up perfectly good points. You said something about maturity, and you did hit some keynotes on it. When it comes to a woman, at the end of the day, and I'm asking y'all both of this because it sounded like you said it very in general. Was that someone who's older, someone who's younger? What's your personal experience? Like, have you dated anybody who's older, younger, and how did that turn out?
I did both. I dated someone who was older than me.
She did both, guys.
How many years?
How many years?
The oldest, 5 years older than me. And yet, in the beginning, like, just vibing off of each other, it was great. But after being with that person for a little while, and they start getting comfortable where you can see what they're more comfortable to let you see about them, that's where I started noticing that, oh, you're still just a little kid. Like, you haven't grown up yet. And also, too, the guy that I dated who was younger than me, he was very mature for his age. Where when I found out his age, I was like, oh, wow. It took me a little by surprise because he was more mature than what the older guy was.
I mean, ideally, it sounds like the older guy is supposed to be more mature, but wasn't more mature.
Yeah.
And it was vice versa for the young guy, where he was
Mhm.
like, I'm the young buck, and I'm more mature, and this is what I have to offer, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Al?
Well, I've also dated older than myself, and about 5.5, maybe about 6 years older than me. And at the time, the person that I dated actually had a couple of accolades socially in life. She was not just an older woman to me; she was also an older woman, single mother. So that kind of showed me, all right, if you're old enough to have a kid, to take the responsibilities of a kid, you should be a little more mature. When in actuality, she really wasn't. It was almost like she treated me as a new plaything, something new she bought at the store, that she didn't think I was smart and mature in my own right, and she tried to belittle me in certain instances, and I didn't stand for it, so it didn't last long. And I shut it down, as a 21-year-old at the time, mind you. I'm well above that.
So I missed one thing. Was she older or younger?
She was older than me by 5.5, almost 6 years.
And you were 21 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I guess older is not always better. So I mean, my personal experience, and you guys feel free to chime in, is I was 17. Sorry. I was 17 at the time.
Minor.
And I was in a hockey league. We're not dropping any league names. But the person happened to be older than me. I think was clearly older visibly than me. But I mean, we was just chilling, playing hockey. Things happened, where it was like I was 17 and playing hockey, and all of a sudden I got feelings for somebody who was older than me. And it ended up being that I guess it wasn't mutual. It was kind of one of those things like, hey, he's a young buck in the league, like, new, all this other good stuff. But anyways, and it I don't think, no, she wasn't mature. Like, it was just like, hey, I'm the young dude, he's underage, it is what it is. And so shit happened, shit got crazy. I mean, but
Sex, y'all, sex. That's what's crazy.
yeah, a little hot.
In
A little
between
hot.
the lingo.
You got a little hot.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, so I'm not name dropping. But I think it now looking back at it, one, just being 17 at the end of the day and you being of age, I guess I could say I would have thought that person would have thought more. I mean, that's clearly not the case, and I've just encountered people to be older and like you guys, not as mature as they're supposed to be. So I guess older is not better.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Define maturity to yourselves, like individually. What's mature to you? What do you see in somebody else that would make you think, yeah, they're mature?
I mean, for maturity for me is just someone who, at the end of the day, has their head on straight, and that's very vague. But I'm gonna go into it. You're working. You know where you're going. You're heading in a direction. And heading in a direction means that life has a little bit of complications, but you can handle those things. You may have kids. You may not have kids. A job. You might be going to school. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, but I think at the end of the day, it's how you handle life's problems that are thrown at you. That defines, your maturity level. Because I'm sure we all could sit here and say, we're mature, but how do you handle, life's problems? Everybody's good in the beginning. Whether dating, in a relationship. I mean, to me, that's basically it. How would you define maturity as a woman?
Honestly, for the most part, it really is a lot of what you said. But also, too, it's like, okay, like you don't want to go somewhere and be stuck in a position where, let's say, you go to a bar and a fight breaks out.
Not cool. Not cool.
I'm not going to your bars, wherever you're doing.
But let's just say the other person is like ridiculously drunk, he wants to start things. If you're with a mature person, whether it's in your group, if they're your friend, if they're your significant other, whatever it may be, if they go about the situation where it's like, you know what, this is not okay, you can do what you want, we'll go somewhere else, like the way they handle it, that to me is very mature. Because otherwise we could stand here and we could start scrapping right now, then you're gonna look back and, oh, I got my eye punched in, or oh, I broke my nose. That was pretty stupid. The next day, after you're thinking back on how many other ways you could have gone about a situation, I think that to me, like that would be, it shows where your head's at, your maturity level.
Yeah.
Well, to piggyback on something that she said in terms of maturity, I think it's more, you look at somebody who just, as a mature person, that they don't just think about themselves. So a mature person will think about, like she said, in that scenario, everybody's well-being, who they're with. They won't do something brash or outlandish if there's no reason to be. For me, that's part of it, but also maturity also screams out accountability, being accountable for your actions, your decisions, and what you do. Don't be somebody that says you're going to do something, fall back on it, and blame everything else in the world just so you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I didn't own up to that. Like, that wasn't me. I'm still 100%. Even in school, you could be a straight A student, but I guarantee you didn't get hundreds on everything. There must have been one little comment, little red marker that you missed. It's how you take that and you push forward. You don't make it everybody else's problems. You don't direct and divert it to other people. Maturity is owning everything you do, because guess what? We only have one life and we live it.
True. I mean, you guys definitely hit, keynotes on that. My next question would be, what do you feel are the pros and cons of? We'll just go right now with someone dating somebody who's older. I know we've all said that older is not better, but at the end of the day, there had to be, pros and reasons why you got with that person, in the first place, whether it was dating or relationship. Again, what do you feel was the best things that can come out of dating somebody who's older or in a relationship with someone who's older? Al?
I knew you were going to come to me first. Yeah, I figured that. Well, at the time, like I said, I was 21, so I was relatively young. I didn't kind of hit my stride in terms of like really dating or wanting to check out females until like the edge of my teenage years. So hitting 21, older woman, she was pretty attractive too. Checking me out, kind of giving me the eyes and the once-overs and the how you doing. So I, to be honest, I got like overwhelmed. I was like, oh, okay. So, let me see where this goes. I don't really have my feet wet in any kind of areas. Let's see where she takes me. Okay. So it's kind of like playing, for me, it was as a playing follow the leader. You do something, I'll try and follow. If I can't hack it, all right, well, I'll be better at the next game, which would be the next person. But as I rolled through, I was like, okay, it's mysterious, it's new, it's something that, like, I can build upon. I kind of learn about stuff for myself. This older person should show me the ropes in certain ways. How maybe they treat a certain type of person or treat a situation. How they, show me my worth. And at the time, when you look at somebody who's older, you think they have their stuff set in stone, they know what's good and bad about them, and they know how to direct and show you the type of person they are. So you look at them as almost kind of like a leader, in a sense. If you, for the most part, not either sure about yourself or still curious about other things. Curiosity killed the cat, the satisfaction brought him back. At the time, I thought satisfaction was going to be there with the older female. Turns out, I should have just left it alone.
Specs.
I think for like that's pretty accurate. Cause like for me too, dating the older person, it was kind of like, oh, so you've been there, you've done that, so now I don't have to worry about getting that out of your system. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to be the punching bag dragged along while you're doing what you're doing. So you're older, you've been there, you've done that, so you should know how to handle a situation or go about a relationship the right way, where it's one of those, like they say, that old school love where you're really infatuated with that person and you want to bring out the best in them and help them, like they say, you want to be together so you guys can build an empire, like not just to be there.
Empire, y'all. Block 5. Don't miss it.
That's a great show, by the way.
Very much so. Age ain't nothing but number. That was a song. Remember that? On there, she listening.
People,
That's
oh my
right.
Jesus. Wow, that's crazy. I think, and again, you guys, it seems that you guys got a lot of experience with this.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
I mean, my personal, my pros are, like you guys said, you would think that this person is older, they're more mature, they're wiser, the wisdom, all this stuff that people say.
Comfort.
It's definitely a comfort. Because in my head, it was like, you've been there, done that. So you shouldn't be steering me wrong, I guess, if that's the word, the right, line to use. But with the maturity and with all that stuff, going back to what are the pros, it started that way. And it was like, everything was good. Everything was like, hey, you don't go do this. Don't go hang out with that crowd. Why be out till 4 in the morning on a Friday, Saturday night when you could be out with me? Me hanging out and stuff. And then it turned into one of those like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go with my friend. You can go do your thing. We can meet up later, later at night. And then now it turns into the con, where it's like, why you go do this? Why you hanging out with them? Why you know?
Everything that was okay in the beginning, all of a sudden,
Right,
is
all of a
suspect
sudden,
now.
all of a sudden it's not good, and it's like, but you kind of said we can go our own ways and do our own thing. Like, you're the wisdom, so you're supposed to know that if I go out or you go out, we're supposed to be good, and this is where jealousy and all this other stuff comes into it. They were like, because they both know at the end of the day.
For real.
Two attractive people, no, they're not in a relationship, but I mean, it is what it is.
Well,
You gonna say something?
There's something here I wanted to point out. We keep talking about us as the younger to the older. Let's flip the mirror now. Let's look at the other side. The time where you were the older person dealing with the younger buck. And the way that I would put that is, at the time, I felt kind of like funny too. And they're looking at me like, yeah, I should know everything. I should be able to answer all their questions, have all my stuff on lockdown, and pull them through the walks of life. And I'm like, you know what? It's
Y'all
really
making me
not
sweat.
true.
I'm just sorry. Y'all making me sweat because I know there's gonna be a lot of comments and
Yeah.
all that other good stuff.
Look.
So we appreciate all the love. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, all that good stuff. But let's get back to what Al was saying.
I tell them, yo, it's not true. I'm learning just as much as you are. Whether I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years older than you. You may have gotten through things maybe before I have. So I'm just learning. Because remember, when you get with somebody new or different, you gotta learn all over with that person, regardless if you're
Starting
older
all
or
over
younger.
from scratch.
It's not a question of, oh yeah, let's just touch this topic because it's very sensitive. Sex. If you're the older guy with a younger girl, she gonna look at you like.
He went there, y'all. Sex.
She
He
gonna look
went
at you
there.
like,
He
all
ripped
right,
that
this
Band-Aid
shouldn't
off real
hurt.
quick.
You tell me whatever you tell me, and when we get it done, I should run away like I'm on the moon. And meanwhile, when it happens. The girl's like, and you did this before? It's just one of those things that they could just look at you right in that snap judgment and judge you because you're supposed to be old. You should have done this already. You should know the best ways to get it done. Sometimes it's not always the case. In general, y'all, not that didn't happen to me. That's just in general.
I mean, it's one of those where
Without.
it's one of those. I feel like nobody knows everything, whether older, younger, whatever the case is. It's all an experience. Somebody new, somebody old, because we've all had old flings, old friends that we that we think everything is because they're older, because they're younger, we think everything is good because they know us, but it ends up being a lot different when you get into the dating, into the sex. As
He
Al
said it now. See, I left it alone. He bringing
into
it
the
back.
sex. So everything's different. Yeah, I
You gotta say it now. I'm sorry. I gotta hear you say it.
Sex.
sex.
Subtlety.
Well,
Sex
you kind of just
sells.
ripped the Band-Aid off with it. Sex. He did the sex. So we gotta kind of like bring it back into sex. The good way.
Female point of view, y'all. You see, female point of view.
I mean, she likes whining and dining. He's, I'm not sure. And I'm like, yo, just let's get it in.
I know y'all want to hear about the
Type of
sex
guy,
part,
huh?
but we did miss one part.
Well, I thought stick would work.
So we missed one part, and I'm gonna take a back step. We talked about the pros of being with somebody who's older, younger. What are the cons about being with somebody who's older or younger? In your experiences, what are the cons of that?
Am I going first again?
You look like you want to go first, but I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, appreciate that. Well, in terms of cons for the older
That's
part,
what gentlemen do.
right on. She didn't complain, so I'm good.
Good
And in
morning.
terms of cons for the older one, I felt a little bit of pressure actually. Like, I'm not gonna name names, but the person in question, even before we got near the topic of sex, was like, I can't wait to do X, Y, and Z with you, and I got offended. I was like, wait a minute.
Because you're a handsome ass nigga, so I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it
but
is.
I'm like, you claiming me already? We haven't even talked about it. My first thought was, how do you gonna say that and demand that? Meanwhile, you haven't even warmed me up. Like she said, a little bit of lube into the conversation before I got comfortable.
Whoa!
So I
You
was
missed
like,
that part.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? My dick got standards. Hold on a second. Let me filter you before I
Standards.
So that's where I felt like a little bit of the olderness comes from. It's like I already know what time it is, so just give me what I want.
Oldness / maturity.
There you go.
Maturity.
So that's where it kind of hit me. So I was like a little standoffish, and I wanted it to like work itself out, and it never got to that point. So I was actually kind of grateful for that.
Well, you can't ever push somebody to have sex because it just ain't gonna happen that way. Actually, let me take that back. somebody with standards and all that good stuff and morals is not just gonna let sex happen. So
if it don't fit, don't force it. Just learn to let it go.
ooh, Al Suave, y'all heard it here first. Beck, since sex came up, what do you feel about, older, younger, sex? Wow, because I didn't think we was gonna hit sex on this topic, but we might as well since we're here this quick. little quickie for all the viewers out there.
Somebody get a
I
call
mean,
back.
in general, what do you feel? I guess the pros and cons of, damn, we hitting sex already.
No, keep it with the older person. How you deal?
All right, we'll go with the older person.
Me being older?
Okay, you being older. Yes.
Okay, I guess, like Alex said, I kind of felt like I felt a little
I hope y'all
intimidated.
listening out there because she's giving y'all tips right now.
Yo,
Yeah, shoot.
your
Yo,
ears
get
better
your
look like
pens
Dumbo
and
right
your
now.
pads
Get your pens and
ready.
paper ready.
Make some notes, stickies. Nah, but for real, I felt a little intimidated because the same way, like you said, they actually hit me with that question, like, yo, you're older, so what is it that we're doing? Show me what I'm supposed to do. And it's like, for me, in a way, at the time, I think it might have just been the person. I was kind of like, no, I'm not a teacher. This is not what I'm here for. We're here to wham bam, thank you ma'am. We both have a happy day and we go about our business. But,
You made him call you ma'am?
no, because I don't like that. I feel old. But.
I ain't gonna go there, but we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I think it's weird.
If somebody calls you ma'am,
Besides
So
that,
it's best not to address the age situation when you're gonna have sex. Just let it be known.
I think it's not best to address the age situation to me, in
well,
general.
you kind of have to address the age situation so nobody ends up in jail.
Well, it
Well,
depends.
That's all.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
you're supposed to find out, but I'm saying in the
You gotta make
actual
sure.
moment of having it.
If you're a dude and you ain't got no facial hair, you should be asking age.
Can you buy me a
That's
drink
just
at the
me.
bar? If you can buy me a drink at the bar, then we'll be okay.
That's better than the facial hair.
I know a lot of
Once
people
again,
who are
don't go
old
to
that
her
have
bars
baby
because they
face.
fight. Remember that.
Wait, say that again?
I said I know a lot of older guys that have baby faces with no hair on it at all.
I know somebody who's almost 30 and he got like 3 hairs. David Manguel, I'm talking about you.
Oh, shout
I'm
out!
talking
his
about you.
name.
That's my cousin, so I can do that.
Unicorn.
My
love.
man, you close to 30 and you ain't got no facial hair. My bad. I didn't mean to blow you out, on
Pepsi.
on Facebook and YouTube national television, but it is what it is.
Subscribe. We want to hear more about David Manuel.
David Manguel, y'all. He gonna be pissed when he hear about this shit.
We're talking about David Manuel.
No, we offered David Manguel. He's gonna if he ain't watching now, somebody's gonna tell him and
Well,
he
your
gonna watch
phone's
now.
not ringing, so I think you're in the clear for right now.
All right now, but the minute that shit start ringing, we in trouble.
Yo, grow up.
Grow up, y'all. Make sure y'all get the
Mature.
hashtag. I do it for the likes. Make sure y'all hit them up. Get all your your social media needs. I think we've hit a lot of the areas we wanted to hit. Sex, because they brought it up. Oh look, we
Sex,
get a
y'all.
bunch of
we
likes.
getting
We getting likes right now. I see the comments going.
Oh,
Hey, hey. So I mean, if y'all don't have anything to add, we can kind of just end this here, because we're gonna go back to all the comments and the likes and all the good stuff that's on there while we weren't able to.
You got a final thought?
My final thought, yo, you sound like Jerry Springer.
I know.
right
I had to. That's throwback. He just got to be in the conversation right now.
You kind
Mother!
of age.
Cut it out.
Just a little bit.
Sorry, she wasn't supposed to come in here, y'all. If she wants to come in here and say a couple of things,
No.
she can. But no, we don't want her.
I am cooking. That's the deal.
She's cooking
Oh,
because
she's
we hungry right now.
Yeah,
We all
right now
hungry.
this takes energy entertaining.
This
y'all.
is live, unedited, so y'all get it when you got it, all the other good stuff. No, but my final
You
thought.
gotta pick up what we trying to throw down.
Remember, tips. He's throwing it down.
Yo,
You gotta pick it up.
just call them bars.
Hey,
Bars, right
we
here.
got this.
AB bars, AB bars. My final thought, and I might have mentioned it, was that again, and Rebecca said it, age is nothing but a number. Just make sure that you
Delete.
in the very beginning of getting to know each other, whether it's talking, dating, just fucking. Really, mother? Make sure that you get to know the person first before you commit to something serious. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to jump into something just because he might have a nice beard, she might have like that Coke bottle body and all that, all that other good stuff, and you fall in love with it. You fall in love with it right away without getting to know somebody, and that's the wrong thing to do. We all have, experience in that field. That's why we're here.
That E-word.
Experience.
Yeah, experience.
Experience, y'all.
Experience.
Make sure you guys zoom up. Experience from Rebecca. But it's short. Like I said, just make sure you get to know somebody first before you jump the gun. Age is nothing but a number, but at the end of the day, it's where your head is at, where your heart is at. And don't listen. At the end of the day, we all need to stop this circle of jumping in and out of relationships and fuck buddies and all that other good stuff. Because listen, there's diseases out there, y'all. Diseases.
That's next topic. That's next topic.
Anyways, like I was saying, just make sure that y'all like, share, comment, all that other good stuff. Again, I'm Showtime.
Rebecca.
Alex.
Peace out. Showtime Talks. Make sure y'all check us out. Share with your friends. Holla at your boy.
I have something.
Peace out.